Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. Welcome to your doom, in which I talk about common sense, but I try to keep it down and then under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, there's something very, very, very important. And not important to liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised, motherfuckers. Okay? Going down the rabbit hole, not up your asshole. All right, okay. If any one of you people out there, male, female, or intersex, because there are more than two sexes. Technically, yes, there is more than two sexes. Yes, I'm sorry to burst your bubbles. Yes, there is more than two sexes. The third sex is called intersex, which is called an abnormality, which the cracker or the white man would consider as a defunct, a debunked, sex that they can't describe. So it's an abnormality. There are men who can get pregnant. Okay, there are women who have both female and male genitalia. I actually met one. Another terminology will be called hermaphrodite. Okay, just go look it up. Okay, then you'll be okay. Okay, it's sad that people don't acknowledge the third sex, but they consider it an abnormality. All right, so they do exist. It's just very small percentages. Okay, I've seen some stuff, and I'm like, yo, I can't believe this shit. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast fest, you put it down below. If any of you, of the multiple sexes out there, need a fatherly figure, okay, that you haven't had while you was raised up, especially an alpha father, especially a type of guy like me who've been raised by pimps and shit, and hustlers, and all sorts of gigolos and stuff like that, I learned the knowledge, okay, of how to treat women. I learned it all sorts of ways, of how to manipulate and how you start psychology, yada, 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 even genetics, okay, all right? You come to me. All right, $15 a month is not bad. I'm a private person. We can talk. We'll keep in touch. As long as you're paying your $15. Okay, $15 a month is all it takes to keep a father figure at your stakes. Okay, all right? All right, okay. Now, since I got that message out of the way and I advertised myself very well, okay, because there's no guys like me on the internet. There's no guys going to say, I started Kevin Samuels in the past, because I did, okay? I technically did, okay? But anyway, I do a little bit of hoodoo, voodoo magic, okay? It tends to work very well for me. I don't know. I even predicted Trump's assassination attempt, okay? And I keep saying to you Democrats, I said, y'all better stop messing with Trump. Yo, the country will be at arms. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about Jesse Peterson. Is he right? He always says beta, and I keep telling people most people are beta. They are. Technically, they are. They're in their emotions. They do not do any research. But is Jesse Peterson correct when he said that black people are more well off back during those Jim Crow days? Technically, he is correct. Yes, when they were disciplined. I believe it's a genetic thing. Okay, truthfully, I go down a little further because I used to study human behavior all the time. I always wondered why people act this way. Besides the fact that they're influences or their peer pressures. I'd rather know the true, real reason why people act the way. Because if I'm beating my child, I know I was whipped, but I would never whip my child. So what makes me different from my parents who's abused me and I don't abuse my child? People always make piss poor excuses for doing stupid things, okay, right? They're not going to tell you. Maybe they're possessed. But is he correct? Yes and no, both ways. First of all, he's using dark psychology to manipulate the masses of you guys who would consider yourself black, because no one technically is black. Umar Johnson, do you hear me? No one's technically black, okay, because you look a certain way. Don't make you 100% from Africa, okay? People keep saying this shit like, oh, everybody came from Africa. I'm like, no, there are people and other alien species and races that brought other beings to this world. Now, that's a whole new ball game. Yeah, I can't go down the rabbit hole with you guys about that, okay? Because this world is bioengineered, okay, through tectonic plates and everything else by other external beings that you can't even fathom. So your origins is not from Africa. And no matter what you read, use your head. Common sense would say that. You think Chinese people came from here? No, okay? People merge and they're being bioengineered, okay? Genetically wise, you don't know what gene splicing is. You need to stop making assumptions. Just use common sense. That's what I'm doing, right? So, is he right? Is he technically right? Yes, he is right. Blacks are more well off during the slavery and Jim Crow days. You know why? Because they had the big white daddy. Yeah. Jesse Peterson will not talk about slavery because he don't want to make that blame for the excuse of why blacks folks doing things what they're doing today as is now, okay? You know, because really I still blame blacks, okay, for this days and these times, okay? Black on black crime, black lives really don't matter, yada yada yada, because they know what they're doing. They were raised by single mothers. It's not all their fault, but it's more likely geared towards the mother's fault, okay, for sleeping with the wrong man, okay, you're right? Sleeping with the wrong man is a program. It's a system, a psychological. But Jesse Peterson won't say this to you. He's not going to say to you that Jim Crow led on to other psychological damage that black people tend to have suffered more from, even though white people did have other white people in slavery and also Chinese people too as well. They had all sorts of races in Chinese and slavery. They had them all of them. Everybody was a slave. But blacks got the worst because their bodies are more built differently. You know what I'm saying? So the white men eventually were invaded by aliens, and the aliens said that slavery is not good for you, white man. You got to stop doing that. All right? Because y'all don't know about that. You don't know about the encounter. What's it called? Project. I can't remember the goddamn project. But the aliens said that you white people, you want to be superior, you can't have people in slavery. That shows your example of a human being. Okay, and so they adapted. They were like, okay, yeah, we better do this because we got the aliens are stronger than the white man, so they give information to the white man and trade. Okay, yeah, you can take our people and yada yada yada. They do business behind the scenes y'all don't even know about. Okay, so you have to think in account that we are not the top of the cream of the crop here. All right, the bears are higher than humans when they want to rip and tear. Okay, right. But human beings use technology. They were taught that stuff. They were taught that knowledge in order to kill bigger stuff, you know, so they can protect themselves. They have more of a left brain hemisphere of logic, okay? But he is right. He's right and he's wrong. So he's both. He's using dark psychology to tell you that, yeah, blacks suffered the worst and they had it better off back in the days. He is correct. But he's not going to tell you guys that blacks has been under a psychological battle, okay? They're better off back in the past because they were forced to be disciplined, all right? But their true nature comes out because they were brainwashed, okay, to hurt one another, okay, through a systematic, you want to call it systematic racism, you can do what you want to call it. Okay, you know, it still does exist, okay? And Candace Owens, I wish you could just do some research on that. You may think it's 30%. That's all it takes, 30%. Systematic racism, all right? All right, okay, here we got that. Now, at the same time, blacks are better off now these days because of Wareville, okay? And also, they're killing themselves. I have a dark sense of humor, but I'm like, if they're killing themselves, then let the idiots kill themselves off, okay? You know, so they're better off. So I'm one of the black Negroes, okay, who came out of the hood. And I say, I can't stay here, okay, because I knew education was far more important than my other brothers and sisters. They just wanted to stay because they wanted to be dumb, okay? That's on them, okay? You know, they don't want to do the research on where origins of religion come from. The fallacies of human religion itself. They don't think like that. They're not on that page. I thought that shit about when I was 7 years old. It seems like when you're suffering, you want to learn something. You want to do that. But a lot of people are not like that. They stay in that brainwashed mentality, people. So he's right and he's wrong. All right, he's right and he's wrong. So he's using that form of dark psychology, forgetting about the psychological warfare that was pushed upon blacks more than any other race because of their superior structure. Okay, obviously it's jealousy or whatever. And then the aliens came by and, to be simple, told the white man you can't do this. Kind of like that one episode with the Borg in Star Trek. Okay, you will be assimilated. Okay, because they're the really top supreme. They know what to do to fix all of the problems. Okay, but other than that, that's all I really want to say about that, guys. That's just basic comments. If you do research on exactly what I'm saying, you'll know all in that order. If there was no aliens to intervene with the human race, we still would be fucking slaves for even more, tens of thousands of years, okay? Because aliens are far more superior than us, okay, right? So you got to think outside the box a little bit, and you got to get out of that God complex. Okay, that religious complex is garbage now, okay? You know, if you're still stuck in, it's just come out of her. If you don't know about the Apocrypha Records and the Mabagabita, okay, the Mahabharata, okay, the Bhagavad, you don't know nothing about the Emerald Tablets, you don't know nothing about, you should not be focused on God. Okay? Because God is who you are. Okay, all right. So let's keep it simple. Okay, keep it real. People who are still stuck in religions and Muhammad did this and Jesus did that, but they don't know any research. If you tell them anything about research, they don't want to do it. They're not going to do it. All right. Okay, we got that. That's common sense now here. So Jesse Peterson is right and wrong. But he's using dark psychology to cover up that he knows is fucked up. He's skipping out on the psychological warfare upon the black man's mind of a black race. Okay, right? Because really, I don't try to focus on the religion, guys. Get out of the religion and the color and the ethnicity, okay, the darkness of your skin, the biggest your nose. Stop looking at that. We're Americans. He's right on all boards, on all other stuff he's saying. Like 90%. It's just that 10% he's not telling you, okay? You don't want you black people, or you may consider yourself black, to have a crutch and say, oh, we was in slavery, because none of us were in slavery, babies. None of us were in slaveries, and none of us went through Jim Crow. So blacks are way more better off now. Yes. Welfare department and them killing themselves. I think those are the main two advantages. Because I see the Asian people doing fine, but they didn't have no psychological warfare. The Native Americans was really wiped out, which is terrible. Okay, So I don't think blacks need repercussions because we have more talents. Okay, that's another subject, okay, of genetics. Now, talents means that how blacks get more attention than Asian people and Mexican people and Native American people. So blacks don't seem to appreciate the beauty that we have those features are, okay, right? So stop considering yourselves black, okay? I hate that term. I just don't like it. I just don't like shallow-minded people talking about race. Though systematic racism do exist, okay, Candice and all you other individuals, Umar is on the right path, but he's too much on the Pan-African side. You can't be thinking of Pan-Africanism when you know that characterism is more important than Pan-Africanism. You can't do that, Umar. You hear me? Okay. He's thinking about a culture, and I'm like, fuck culture, okay? Do what you want to do. Create your own culture. Because the culture is really about character. It's not about what color or what did you dance like or ceremony. No, we humans are just one complete fucking culture, okay? And we all have different personalities. Each one of us is a culture. How about them apples? You don't have to fit in to have a culture, okay? What is this? But anyway, since that is enough common sense to break the ice, okay, I want you guys to get out of here. Come out of this black. I am black. We went to, because as soon as I hear that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm black. Where's my reparations? I'm like, I didn't go into no psychological problems. That person didn't go. I'm like, yeah, I want to see how far you take it, the Democrats. Because everybody's looking for a motherfucking handout. That's what it is. It's a handout. They're lazy. They just don't want to do anything, okay? That's why we're humans. We are people who take advantage of other people because that's our nature, okay? And the animals, too. We're like the top predator, but we're really not the top predator because there's alien beings that are way more. You watched enough alien movies already. You already know we're just like below the pay grade. They can completely exterminate us. But they're not. They're making negotiation deals and say, hey, we will take this portion of people if you just make an agreement with us with trade and technology, and that's what aliens are doing. They're not stupid. They're going to think 10 steps ahead. Think about it. All the technology that we have is from the alien races. Think about that carefully, guys. Think about that. Not the white man, okay? Not no one, okay? Though the white man is more, in position to take that power, okay? Take that advice and do trade. The black man is more on the mysticism side. The black man in Africa, okay, there's many different African people are basically doing the real magic. And, the white man is afraid of that shit. That's on the spiritual side. You don't want to fuck with the real voodoo shit, okay? You just don't want to do that, okay? They know better, okay? There's different levels of different beings. And there's some fucking levels of beings you don't want to fuck with. But other than that, that's all I want to say before I go on a tangent here, okay? Talking about other stuff. Please, there's a good side to what he's saying and there's a bad side. He is right and then he is wrong by night. Pointing out that the reason why blacks are killing one another is because, the systematic. It's systematic. The whole thing is set up.
So when black women are not educated, or the government gives handouts, okay, to weak women, okay, who don't want to do nothing except lay around, then that's their fault, okay, right? But the system had something to do with that, because they wanted to help. So they're like in the middle. So they're not doing anything bad or good. You see, you can't even say that the government is all bad, because you don't know what's going on. You know they have to rob us to feed the military, to protect our asses. So you got to think, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why are they robbing Americans? Okay, I'm like, they tax you 3 times, right? So what do you think that shit is going to? And then you put yourself in debt, okay? Then you want to blame America. No, because they give you credit cards now. I put myself in debt by accident, though, because I didn't have the knowledge. The true sin is ignorance. All right, so we got that out of the way, guys. If you disagreed, something's wrong with you, okay? That's all I'm going to say. But other than that, I got to go shopping. Got to get my daughter some food and some clothes a little bit. I'm doing okay. Planning on traveling again. I got to get sole custody in September 2024. There's a whole lot of shit been going on. I was working a little bit, then I had to stop working because the system told me, no, you cannot work. There's no incentive for me to work. They don't want me working, okay? And I was like, holy shit, I can't believe this shit. But it happens, okay, because I'm with the government, okay? But, of course, hypothetically speaking, I try to help you guys out, but if I'm not popular, I don't mind. I do not care about being popular. Once I see something go viral, I take that shit down, okay, all right? Getting like 15,000 views or something like that, I get scared because I don't need that attention, okay? So, other than that, you can join me and talk to me for therapy, for a father-like figure. I've helped a lot of people, thousands of people internationally. I just don't do America, baby. I'm the one who started that fucking Captain Samuels. I told you this. I started the Passport Bros, and also reenacted the Roe versus Wade. Okay. Now the thing is with the freedom of speech thing, and now I'm doing the thing with the paternity fraud. Okay, paternity fraud, all that stuff, man. That takes time and magic. All right, where people work in the background to fix those problems. And they're still not perfected it yet. So, other than that, I've been talking for like 17 minutes. Please, Jesse Peterson is 90% correct. It's just that he's not going to tell you every little thing, okay? You just got to understand. Look at the difference. If black people are killing each other, let them kill each other, right? Okay, just get your ass out of there. That's what I did. I said, I could not go outside after 8 o'clock p.m. in Brooklyn, New York. When I was 16. I'm 50 years old, and I'm playing better than fucking 19 years on the court, because I take care of my health and shit, okay? So, other than that, that's your loss if you can't afford $15 a month. That's what the system is about, so you can get yourself off your bootstraps and do what you have to do. And if you have a mental handicap, you can get money for that, okay, right? Other than that, that's all I really want to say, guys, because I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. And please, you NPCs and EDBs, emotional douchebags, please get the hell off my page. Don't even respond. Don't tag my page because I said certain keywords. Don't do it. I'm just posting it on the fucking Rumble, okay? I get more views on Rumble, yeah. And if y'all seem to be getting censored, just go on Rumble. Say what the fuck you want to say, because that's what it should be about. I'm not doing anything terroristic. I'm talking about my perspective. If I say one keyword, they flag my motherfucking video. That's YouTube. But you can also put it on other platforms. Always put it on 2 or 3 platforms at least. Because I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Going down the rabbit hole now, you asshole. Your one and only Emerald Pillar King. You know how to contact me in my Patreon. Other than that, you know how to contact me on my Facebook. And this is my YouTube. Peace.